Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
Back to the channel. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Really do appreciate it. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out to the 19. We have a little Angel Reese to talk about. Um, a legitimate reason, okay? I thought this was interesting, and I'm gonna help her out a little bit. And the reason we have this, plus, look, gives me a chance to play this again. And I don't know if I could ever play this enough. And there's a reason for it, okay? I'm connecting this to something, okay? We're not just here to play this again and bash her for it. But for those who don't remember, this was last year, early in the season.
And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that. And if I want
It is because of Me Too, and I want y'all to realize that she is going down in history. That hurt. Can't do that anymore. I'm not 10. But so why are we playing that? That's a great question. Great question. Shout out Annika's a longtime supporter of the channel, comments on almost every video, which I thank you very much for the support. And she says, never change, Angel. The world needs bad examples as well. And so what's the point? Okay, well, this is recent. And it says here she wanted the credit, not the conversation. And that's kind of what we're going to get into here. She's asked about what she said last year by a reporter. So check this out.
Last year, you made a powerful statement saying the reason people are watching women's basketball is not just because of one player, but because of you too. A year later, do you feel like you're
next
getting
question.
Yeah, we'll move on. Thank you. Move on to Zoom. ESPN, please.
Wow. So, first of all, the reporter, by the way, he phrased it, made a powerful statement. So, the reporter, I think, was on Angel Reese's side in this. He wanted to give her an opportunity to make a powerful follow-up statement about what she said last year, but she didn't want anything to do with that. Cut him off. He did not finish his question and just says next question and looks in the opposite direction. So why do people have a problem with this? Because you need to stand on on your non. I was gonna say your nonsense, and I thought, well, let's not try. Let's try not to be mean. You got to stand on the things you say. You got to stand on the things you believe. You made that statement, and but the bigger issue I want to make is with the WNBA and the problem that they have, and that is again the unlikability, the lack of media training, the lack of media training. Because here's the thing, a lot of people are like, "Oh, people are bashing Angel Reese, and there was nothing wrong with what she said, and she should have said this, and the reporters causing problems, and blah blah blah." Woof woof. But that is a legitimate follow-up question. Why? Because a year ago, Angel Reese, as you heard, said everyone's watching for her too. Now we've had the WNBA season. She also had Unrivaled. So it's beginning of a new season. It's a great time to follow up on that and ask her what her feelings are because now we've seen the ratings and we've seen the attendance and we've seen the ticket prices and we've seen her go to LSU against the Brazil team and not fill half of the stadium, where Caitlin Clark sold out against Brazil when she went back home to Iowa. And I think was it the Brazil game? I think it was the Brazil game, right? That set a record for highest average resale ticket price. Um, so yeah, you make athletes like this is normal, and this is why I want to talk about this. Athletes make statements like that, and then they are going to get follow-up questions about it, and this is not the way to handle it. Here you go. Let him ask the question. Say, hey, you know what? That was early in my rookie season. I was playing really well. I think I was exceeding everyone's expectations. I was hyped up. It was just after a big win for us. I was hyped up. I was feeling it. I wanted to make a statement and let people know that I'm here too. I'm exciting to watch. I'm a draw. And that's it. And it is what it is. And, I have my fans. Caitlin Clark has her fans. It was nothing more than that. Now we're going to go into a new season. We get to battle, each other 5 times. And it is what it is. That is a better answer. That is an answer that I would go, well, I can't do a video about that. That's a perfect way to handle it. So yeah, it's absolutely wild. But of course, you have people out there who are defending her and saying it was the right way to answer it, and it's everyone else is making a big deal of it. And I think the reporter was on her side. I heard people saying, "Oh, that was a year ago." Come on now, Every day I'm seeing some Angel Reese fan talking about how Angel has a ring from back in 23 and Caitlyn doesn't. They're going into their second year as pros. No one cares about a college ring from 2 years ago. But they are still on that. It's absolutely wild. But now they've like, oh well, last year, that's you going back too far. But yeah, it's absolutely kind of wild. So look, this is on Angel Reese. And what I mean by that is what I was saying. She needs to just answer the question. This is not such an insane question that it doesn't deserve an answer. This is a reporter doing their job, a legitimate question based on what she said last year. By the way, same thing by Christine Brennan. And see, that's the other problem too, is reporters who actually do their job when it comes to the WNBA are getting attacked, right? Christine Brennan, let's not forget this. Christine Brennan, who's done more for women's sports than anyone in the WNBA, anyone playing in the WNBA. And yet, the players' union tried to get Christine Brennan fired, not completely from her job, but they wanted her press credentials revoked from covering the WNBA simply because she asked Dejanay Carrington, you remember, she asked Dejanay Carrington a very legitimate question that any reporter worth their salt in that situation would have asked, and that was the eye poke on Caitlin Clark. Now, look, if you want to get into the nitty gritty of how she worded it and whether she worded it appropriately or not, we can have that conversation. I think it wasn't worded the best possible way, but you know what? That happens a lot of times when you are in the spur of the moment with things like that and you don't have it written down exactly what you're going to say. It happens to all of us. We're not always we don't always use the best word choices when we say things in the moment, but to ask Dejanay Carrington about the eye poke was an absolute legitimate question, and the WNBA players tried to get her fired. And now you've got everybody out there with this guy going after the reporter for how dare he ask this question and he's creating drama. And no, the drama was there. He's asking a legit question, following up on what Angel Reese said. Now we've got numbers, we've got the attendance, we've got the tickets and all that. And it's a legitimate question to ask her. And I think personally, I think she needs to do a much better job in answering questions than that. And that is true of a lot of players in the WNBA. It's just, again, media training, please. Uh, And maybe they're having it. If they are, and that's what she was told to do, well, then we have other problems. I'm going to leave it there. Appreciate you checking out this video. As always, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Apparently, there's also a notification bell. I don't know why you have to subscribe and have a notification bell, but apparently YouTube does that. They give you lots of steps. So hit the notification bell as well if you'd like. And really do appreciate it. Thanks for your support. I will talk to you later.